All right, hi, welcome. Here's your Go Math lesson 17.4. We're working on Partition rectangles. So how do you find the total number of the same size squares that will cover a rectangle? Put several color tiles together, trace around the shape to draw a two-dimensional shape. Let's see, it says after putting together tiles, your child can trace around them and draw a two-dimensional shape. So what they're asking us to do is use these square color tiles. My onliners, you don't have them with you, so just be creative. They're just the 1 inch by 1 inch tiles. They look like this, okay? So we're going to draw a rectangle using 6 of these color tiles. So first we're going to put 6 color tiles next to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know mine don't really look like squares because I didn't trace it, but yours will because you're going to trace it. My onliners, yours may look like mine because you don't have any to trace. But what we're trying to get to is that how many square tiles are in a shape. So this shape is actually a rectangle and it has 6 color tiles. So we're learning about the area inside of a shape, the amount of space inside of a place or a shape. Okay, so the inside of the shape in this rectangle, it's actually 6 square color tiles. We're going to use 6 to fill in that rectangle. All right, let's move on. Trace around color tiles. How many square units cover this rectangle? So these square color tiles are actually square units. They're just 1 inch by 1 inch units. 1 inch by 1 inch. So if we look at this here, we can see that there are how many square tiles covering this shape, class? Class, how many color tiles are in this shape? 6. So there are 6 color tiles. I need you to trace it. There are a total of 6 color tiles. Miss Yusuf, you totally skipped over the top part. It says the number of rows. These are rows. Rows is side to side. This is a row. So sometimes if I tell you, okay, let's sit on the carpet, we're going to sit in rows. That means you're sitting side to side in rows. When you guys sit in the gym in the morning waiting for me to pick you up, you sit in rows. You sit side to side, right? So how many rows are there here? There's 1, and there's 2. There's 2 rows. How many columns? Columns are up and down like this on top of each other. How many columns are there? 3. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 columns. Does everybody understand? All right, you're going to use colored tiles to cover this rectangle and trace around the square tiles. Then you're going to write down how many tiles you used. So my onliners, you're going to guesstimate just like I am. Kind of guess you can use a ruler actually by 1 inch. So if you use a ruler and you're on the inch side, here where it says 1, you can kind of use that to help you estimate how many. Okay. All right. So if you draw kind of like a plus, like a big plus sign, then that's actually 4. So there's 4 total squares. Now we have to find out how many rows and columns. Remember, row is side to side and column is up and down. So let's see how many rows. We have 1 row, 2 rows. There are 2 rows. Well, now how many columns up and down? 1, 2. There are 2 columns. Okay. Now let's look at number 2. If we would break this apart, who wants to raise their hand and tell me how many square tiles will we need for this one? Rena. 3. Very good. Again, onliners, if you use your inch ruler and just measure by inch, each inch would be 1 square unit. And if you would do that, then you'd know that this would be split into 3 square units. So there are 3 square units here. How many rows are there? There's only one row. Very good. How many columns are there? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 columns. There are 3 columns. 1, 2, and 3. All right, I'm going to give you some time to do number 3 and 4. Yes, I said 4. By yourself, and then we'll go over it together. You can pause the video now. All right, now that you had time to do this, let's go ahead and go over it. Let's look at number 3. It says, use colored tiles to cover the rectangle. How many colored tiles did we use to cover this rectangle, everyone? 6. Very good. So if you draw a line and try to do like in the middle, like right in the middle, just try your best. And then if you break this apart evenly, about 1 inch, then you'd know that this shape or this rectangle is cut into 6 square units. How many rows are there, class? When I say class and everyone answers, how many rows are there, class?
3.
There's 3 rows? There's 2. Remember, rows are side to side. I didn't say how many columns. I said how many rows. There are 2 rows. Now, how many columns? 3. 1, 2, 3. Number them like I did so you're not confused. There are 2 rows and there are 3 columns. Okay, so again, just you guys all heard me when I told my onliners that these square units are actually 1 inch. So if I line them up with a ruler, you can see that these are exactly 1 inch, okay? Now, on number 4, it's saying with ones blocks. This is a ones block. It's not the same as a square unit block. It's smaller. A ones block is the same. It's about what did you say, Dominic? Very good, you're right. It's about 1 centimeter long. So if I look on my ruler here and I line it up perfectly, it's exactly 1 centimeter. So when they say ones blocks, that means it's a smaller unit. It's in centimeters. If they say square units, then you know it's inches, and that's 1 inch, right? So if I'm looking at number 4, how many ones blocks, that means centimeters, will I need to finish covering this rectangle? Well, who wants to tell me how much they think, how many more do we need here? Just by looking at it. Could it be like this? Could it be 3 more? Really? You think, is this size the same as this size? Is it the same size? No, it's not. So what if I put a line here? Is this size, hold on, hold your horses. Is this size kind of the same as this size? Yes, it is. So, everyone, how many more do we need?
6.
We need 6 more. Very good. So Mary started to cover this rectangle with ones blocks. Explain how you would estimate the number of ones blocks that would cover the whole rectangle. So we're going to write down how many ones blocks she used to cover the whole rectangle. How many ones blocks did she use? No. It says the whole rectangle. So we're going to count by 3s to find out. So count with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So how many did she use? 21. I just counted by the rows by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. That's the fast way of counting. If you want to go back to the baby way of counting, I guess you could do that in this problem, but you're going to get harder problems sometimes where there's 150 or 428, and that's going to be crazy to count by ones. That's why I'm teaching you how to skip count. But if you wanted to count it by ones, you could have done that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, You could have done that too. But you do know that 21 ones blocks would cover the whole rectangle. And how did I estimate that? Well, one ones block is about how big? What did I say? 1 centimeter. Very good. One ones block is 1 centimeter. I'm just going to write cm because cm is abbreviated for centimeter. Excuse me. All right, number 5 is very easy. You're going to cover the shape up with your square units or the color tiles. Okay, those are the 1-inch ones. And you're going to see how many you'll need to cover up that L-looking 2D shape. So who wants to raise their hand and tell me how many color tiles will you need to cover the shape, Destin? 3. Very good. 1 here. And this would be 2. And this would be 3. So how many color tiles will you need?
3.
Was that really hard?
No.
That was easy. Okay, you're going to go ahead and complete page 598 to 600 on your own. You are not going to do the purple page 601 through 602 today. You are not going to do that today. Instead, you are only doing page all the way up till page 600 instead, okay? And that's all we're doing today for math. It's a pretty simple and easy lesson. If you have any questions, let me know. My onliners, I apologize for not providing you with these square tiles. If you really want some, you can email me and I'll get them ready for you in the office. But honestly, you can just use a ruler. And when you use a ruler, please know that these color tiles are 1 inch. And if it asks you about the ones blocks, then those are 1 centimeter. Just use a ruler. That's what I do. But if you really want some of these blocks, you can just email me and I'll get them ready for you in the front office. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you guys later. Have fun learning math. Bye.